So Novocaine is a new action comedy directed by Dan Burke and Robert Olson, in which we follow a character named Nathan Kane, portrayed by Jack Quaid, a character that has a rare condition that no matter how many times he is hit and how hard he is hit, he cannot feel physical pain. And Nathan meets somebody at his work that he develops feelings for, portrayed by Midthunder, and when this character gets taken hostage in an armed robbery, he decides to use his condition as an advantage to rescue her. Before I continue on with today's video, I just wanted to say welcome to my channel, everybody. For those of you who are coming by my channel for the very first time, be sure to hit the subscribe button to not miss a feature video. It's a feature review, a reaction, a top 5, a top 10, or whatever I've coming your way, and join me on my journey to 10K subscribers and beyond, because believe me when I say this, guys, you are not going to want to miss the cool stuff I have coming your way. And for those of you who are coming back to my channel, by the way, welcome back, everybody. You have no idea how happy I'm to see your faces once again. And let's also start our conversation below. Are you guys looking forward to Novocaine? Have you heard of this film? What are your expectations for this film? Let me know below. Alrighty, guys, so let's get into Novocaine.
Excellent!
Novocaine is one of those types of films that comes out when you least expect it. You know, it's one of those kinds of films that when you go to the movie theater and you're seeing a film that you're really excited about and you think you know all the films are coming out that month and you're sitting down, watch the trailers, but you watch that one trailer to a movie that you don't even know what's coming out and the trailer looks really, really good for that film. That movie is Novocaine in a nutshell. So guys, right when I saw that trailer, I think I saw the trailer to this movie when I saw the monkey, and I was smiling. I couldn't stop laughing. I was thinking, okay, I need to see that film. And guys, I am so happy to say that Novocaine is such a great time in the movies. I had a blast watching this movie. The performances in Novocaine were so good and they were so much fun. The first person I actually want to talk about is not Jack Quaid or Midthunder. It's actually Ray Nicholson, you know, Jack Nicholson's son. You can tell that Ray Nicholson is not only having such a great time on the set, but he is just eating up each scene like a kid in a candy store. Ray Nicholson does such a great job of going from just such like a jokey attitude, from going to like a stone cold demeanor to him literally at the flip of a switch. This dude, he's going places. He is absolutely going places. Midthunder I also thought was grand in the film, going from Prey and now here, seriously. Midthunder is such a great talent, and not to mention as well, something else that I loved about this movie was the emotional core of this film, and that was the relationship between Jack Quaid and Midthunder. Because here's the thing, guys, I loved the chemistry between her and Jack Quaid. They made such a cute and adorable couple in this movie. Once the shit really kicks into full gear, into high gear in this movie, everything is built on this relationship that Jack Quaid and Midthunder's characters have built up in the set. Because if the relationship doesn't work, and if you do not care about this relationship, this movie does not work. And for me at least, guys, that setup not only worked, but I actually cared about the two of them now like being together. But I wanted Jack Quaid to save her character from peril. And speaking of which, that brings me onto something that I loved about this movie, and that was Jack Quaid's performance. Something that I absolutely love about Jack Quaid is that not only is he just so damn likable in everything that I have seen him in, but he just has this great charm, he has a great screen presence, and he really does have such great range as an actor besides him being such a damn likable screen presence. And he's a guy that the moment I see him I just think, you know what? Kick their asses, man. Something else in particular that I really dug about this movie was not only how well directed the action was in this movie, but also how the comedy is all intertwined with everything else. I don't know if this was Dan Burke and Robert Olson's first time directing action, but if this was really their first time directing action, they did a damn good job. Because here's the thing, guys, the action is so easy to see, it's very easy to follow, it's not quick cutting BS, and man, the hits are so satisfying to watch. Another aspect that I loved about the action is how the gimmick of this movie is implemented in the film's action. This is a movie in which our main character has a rare condition in which he does not feel physical pain whatsoever. There are instances in this movie, especially in the action sequences, where Jack Quaid's character looks around to try and give him an advantage over a person that could easily beat him to smithereens, but he sees an element like, for example, putting his hand into a thing of boiling hot water that gives him an advantage to burn somebody, or whether he punches glass so much to the point where he does give bloody hands, but the glass in his hand does give him a much needed advantage over someone that could probably turn him into hamburger meat in just a couple of seconds. How this movie uses that condition in the action and the comedy, I thought was really, really well done. Whether it came down to the drama or the action, it gives this movie some nice tension, but not to mention as well some great icebreakers. And man, guys, there is a sequence in this movie into which Jack Quaid's character is being tortured, and my god, how Jack Quaid has to act like he's in pain when he's not in pain definitely gives her some of the biggest laughs. That whole bit was just genius, to say the least. Holy crap. For a movie that says it's 2 hours long, or almost 2 hours long, it didn't even feel close. Like, this movie felt like a solidly paced 9-minute movie that's kept going and going and going. Even though the setup is a setup, at the same time, I was never bored during the setup. I was locked into not only the high stakes action, but I was also invested in the romance that was going on. It's a well-paced movie.
Well, that's just fucking great!
When it comes down to my issues for Novocaine, there's really only one or maybe even two issues that I can think of. One of which being is the basic DNA of the story. We've seen the story a billion times beforehand, guys. Guy sees girl, guy develops crush on girl, he develops feelings for her, and when something happens to this girl, he wants to rescue her. We've seen this basic DNA for a story a billion times beforehand, and I will say this much: while the execution of this DNA is a lot of fun, it's a very entertaining execution, you still cannot deny that the DNA of the story has been done a billion times beforehand. And also, something else that I will say is that some of the jokes don't quite hit as much as they could, but that's really all I can think of.
And here we go.
So overall, Novocaine is a kick-ass time at the movies. Whether it comes down to the performances, the romance, the action, the comedy, Novocaine is just simply put a great time at the movies. All in all, I'm gonna give Novocaine a 4.25 out of 5. Novocaine is just a fun ride at the movies. I hope you'll enjoy this movie and see it if you can with a packed audience. It is going to be a hell of a ride. I hope you all enjoyed my review of Novocaine. If so, please hit the like button, or if you dislike this review, hit the dislike button. If you guys want to share my previous 2 videos, please click right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I'll see you all next time.